The stars looked different from the bridge of the New Sol. Ambassador Taemin Park stood at the wide window, watching alien ships move through space like glowing fish in a dark ocean. His hands were steady, but his heart beat fast. Today, humans would meet the Galactic Council for the first time. "Sir, we're getting close," said Bora Kim, the ship's science officer. She was young but smart, with kind eyes behind her glasses. "The alien station is huge, much bigger than our cities." Taemin nodded. Behind him, military advisor Hyunwoo Lee checked his uniform one more time. Lee was a tall man with gray hair and calm eyes. He had fought in many wars on Earth, but today he was here for peace. "Remember," Taemin said to his team, "we are here to make friends. Earth needs allies among the stars." The alien station grew larger as they got closer. It was made of crystal and metal that shone with its own light. Ships from many worlds moved around it like busy insects. Some ships looked like flowers made of glass. Others were round and smooth like soap bubbles. None looked like human ships. "Incoming message," said the ship's computer in a calm voice. The main screen lit up. An alien face appeared, if it could be called a face. It was made of moving crystal, pieces that made music when they touched. This was a Vorthak, one of the galaxy's oldest races. "Welcome, humans of Earth," the crystal being said. Its voice sounded like wind chimes. "I am first speaker Veltar. We have waited long to meet your kind." Taemin stepped forward and bowed slightly. "Thank you, first speaker. I am Ambassador Taemin Park. We come in peace and friendship." The crystal alien made a sound like happy music. "Yes, we have seen your transmissions. Your people seem very gentle. This is good. The galaxy needs more gentle races." Soon, the New Sol docked with the alien station. The airlock opened with a soft hiss. Taemin walked through first, followed by Bora and Hyunwoo. The air smelled different, like flowers, and rain and something else they could not name. The docking bay was enormous. Hundreds of aliens moved about their business. Some floated in the air like living clouds. Others walked on many legs like giant spiders made of silver. A few looked almost human, but with blue skin and no hair. "So many different kinds," Bora whispered with wonder. A group of aliens came to meet them. The crystal Vorthak was there, along with a being that looked like living mist in a glass suit. This was a Netherian, another important race in the council. "I am Mist Singer Theos," the cloud being said. Its voice was soft like a gentle breeze. "Your arrival brings joy to our hearts." More aliens joined them as they walked through the station. Each wanted to see the new race from the small blue world. They seemed curious but not afraid. Some even seemed excited. "Your planet is beautiful," said a tall alien with 4 arms and silver skin. "We have watched your art broadcasts. Such peaceful music, such gentle paintings." Taemin smiled. Earth had sent its best cultural programs to the galaxy. Museums full of beautiful art. Orchestra concerts with soft, lovely music. Videos of people helping each other after earthquakes and floods. Pictures of humans feeding hungry children and saving hurt animals. They entered a great hall with a dome ceiling that showed the stars outside. Thousands of aliens sat in curved rows, all looking down at a central platform. This was the Galactic Council chamber. "Please, honored humans, come forward," first speaker Veltar said. Taemin walked to the center platform with his team. All, around them, aliens of every shape and size watched with interest. Some took pictures with devices that floated in the air. Others whispered to each other in languages that sounded like music or wind or flowing water. "Today, we welcome Earth to our great family," Veltar announced. The crystal pieces of its body rang like bells. "These humans have shown us something wonderful. A race that has learned to live without war. A people who choose peace over violence." The crowd made sounds of approval. Some clapped with hands, others with tentacles, and some made musical tones. Bora leaned close to Taemin. "They really think we're peaceful," she whispered. "We are peaceful," Taemin whispered back. "We're here to make friends, not enemies." A new alien stepped forward. This one looked like a giant insect with beautiful wings that shone like rainbows. It was Jeannie Song, the council's expert on different races and cultures. "I have studied your transmissions carefully," Jeannie said in a voice like singing birds. "Your race is special. In all our records, we have never found a people who gave up war completely. You are the first pacifist collective we have discovered." The crowd made more happy sounds. Some aliens nodded their heads, or moved their tentacles, or flashed different colors. "Your people will be perfect for helping us solve problems," continued Janae. "When races fight, you can help them make peace. Your gentle nature will show them a better way." Miss Singer Thios floated closer. "We have many conflicts in the galaxy. The Krulon Empire fights with the Zenobian Collective. The Catharan Dominion takes worlds that do not belong to them. But humans can teach them about peace." Taemin felt proud but also worried. Could humans really help solve alien wars? Earth had its own problems. But he smiled and nodded. "We will do our best to help," he said. "Humans want peace for all races." First speaker Veltar's crystal body made beautiful music. "Then it is decided. Earth will join the Galactic Council as our newest member. You will have full membership. Rights in 3 months after the trial period." The Great Hall filled with the sounds of celebration. Aliens cheered in 100 different ways. Some sang, others made light shows with their bodies, and a few released sweet smells into the air. They left the council chamber. Bora looked amazed. "They really trust us," she said. "They think we're some kind of perfect, peaceful race." Hyunwoo was quiet for a long moment. Then he said, "I hope we don't disappoint them." That night, alone in his quarters on the alien station, Taemin looked out at the stars and thought about Earth. Yes, humans wanted peace, but they had not always been peaceful. Earth had seen many wars, many fights, much violence. Humans had learned to be better, but the old nature was still there, sleeping inside them. He pushed the thought away. Tomorrow would bring new meetings, new friendships, and new hopes for humanity among the stars. The galaxy had welcomed them with open arms, believing in their gentle nature. What could go wrong? 3 months had passed since Earth joined the Galactic Council. Dr. Woojin Choi sat in his small office inside the human embassy on the council station. Boxes of data files covered his desk. His job was simple: send Earth's culture to alien worlds so they could learn about humans. Today felt normal. The morning reports showed good news. The Vorthak had started playing human classical music in their crystal cities. The Netherians loved human poetry about clouds and wind. Even the serious Krulon Empire had asked for more information about human art. "Computer, prepare today's cultural package," Woojin said while drinking his coffee. "Which files should I include?" the computer asked in its calm voice. Woojin looked at his list. The charity concert from Seoul, the children's art show from New York, and that new documentary about... He yawned and rubbed his tired eyes. "File number, 7749. Preparing transmission," the computer said. Woojin did not know that file 7749 was not the gentle nature documentary he wanted. File 7749 was Planet Earth Predators of the Wild, mixed with human warriors throughout history. Someone had put the wrong label on it weeks ago. The computer began sending the files across the galaxy. Every alien world would receive them in a few hours. Woojin finished his coffee and went to lunch thinking he had done another normal day of work. Meanwhile, So Young Kang worked in the communication center. Her job was to watch all the messages going in and out of human space. She sat at her desk with many screens showing different alien languages being translated. "Dr. Choi's daily package is broadcasting now," her assistant told her. So Young nodded without looking up. She was busy reading a report about trade agreements. The screens around her showed the data files spreading across the galaxy like ripples in a pond, first to nearby systems, then to the far edges of alien space. An hour later, So Young's computer made a warning sound. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Error detected in cultural transmission. File contents do not match description." So Young's heart jumped. She quickly opened the transmission files to check them. Her face went white as she saw what was actually being sent. The first video showed a great white shark attacking a seal. Blood filled the water as the massive predator bit down with rows of sharp teeth. The narrator's voice was calm and educational. The great white shark is one of Earth's most perfect killing machines. The second video showed a pack of lions hunting zebras across African grassland. The big cats worked together like soldiers, surrounding their prey with deadly skill. One lioness jumped on a zebra's back while others attacked from different sides. "Oh no, oh no, oh no," So-Young whispered as she watched more footage. Eagles diving down at incredible speed to catch rabbits. Poisonous snakes striking faster than the eye could see. Spiders wrapping their prey in web prisons. Then came the worst part. The documentary switched to human history. Ancient warriors in metal armor fighting with swords and spears. Armies marching across battlefields covered in smoke and fire. Modern soldiers using advanced weapons and tactics. The narrator continued, in the same calm voice. Humans have been apex predators for thousands of years. Their ability to work together in groups makes them one of Earth's most dangerous species. So-Young's hands shook as she tried to stop the transmission. But it was too late. The files had already reached dozens of alien worlds. In minutes, they would reach hundreds more. She grabbed her communication device. Emergency call to Ambassador. Taemin, Code Red, Code Red. Across the galaxy, aliens were starting to watch the human cultural package. On the crystal world of Vorthak Prime, First Speaker Veltar had gathered with other leaders to enjoy another peaceful human program. They expected to see gentle music or beautiful art. Instead, they watched a tiger kill a wild boar with one powerful bite to the neck. What is this? Veltar's crystal body made confused sounds instead of music. The documentary narrator explained, "Tigers are solitary hunters but incredibly efficient. They can kill prey much larger than themselves with precision and strength." The crystal aliens watched in shock as more predators appeared on screen. Bears catching salmon with their huge claws. Hawks grabbing mice in their sharp talons. Crocodiles spinning in death rolls to tear apart their victims. "These are all from Earth?" asked another Vorthak leader. "The same world as the gentle humans?" On the gas giant where the Netherians lived, Mist Singer Thyos floated in its glass suit watching the transmission with growing alarm. The peaceful humans they had welcomed were from a world full of monsters. Then the documentary showed human warfare. Ancient battles with thousands of soldiers fighting hand to hand. Medieval castles under siege with arrows filling the sky like deadly rain. Modern wars with explosions and strategy and technology designed only for killing. Humans developed these weapons? Thyos whispered to itself. Gentle, peaceful humans? The worst part was how smart human fighting looked. Their armies moved with perfect coordination. Their weapons were designed with deadly efficiency. Their strategies showed deep thinking about how to defeat enemies. On the war world of the Krulon Empire, General Cax watched the human transmission with surprise. The Krulon had always been proud of their warrior culture. But these humans fought like apex predators who had learned to use tools and tactics. "Look at this formation," Cax said to his officers, pointing at a screen showing ancient human soldiers. "Perfect discipline, perfect timing. They fight like born, killers who learn to think." One of his officers leaned forward. "Sir, are these the same humans who joined the council as peacekeepers?" Cax's four eyes focused on the screen as it showed modern human special forces training. The soldiers moved through obstacles like hunting cats, quick and silent and deadly. "If these are the same humans," Cax said slowly, "then the galaxy has made a very big mistake." Back on the council station, Ambassador Taemin was in an emergency meeting with alien trade representatives when his communicator started making urgent beeping sounds. "Excuse me?" he said politely to the insect-like traders. "One moment, please." He stepped outside the meeting room and answered the call. So-Young's panicked voice filled the hallway. "Sir, there's been a terrible mistake with the cultural transmission. We accidentally sent Predator documentaries instead of peaceful content. The whole galaxy is seeing it right now." Taemin felt the blood drain from his face. "What kind of Predator? Documentaries?" "Earth wildlife hunting and killing." and human military history. Sir, they're seeing everything. Lions, sharks, tigers, and human soldiers fighting wars. The ambassador leaned against the wall as the full meaning hit him. For 3 months, the galaxy had believed humans were gentle peacekeepers. Now they were learning that Earth was a world of hunters and killers. How long before everyone knows, he asked. The transmission is spreading fast. All major alien worlds will have it within 6 hours. Taemin closed his eyes. Through the meeting room window, he could see the alien traders already looking at their communication devices with worried expressions. Sir? So, Young's voice was small and scared. What do we do now? Before Taemin could answer, his communicator made another sound. This time it was an emergency message from the Galactic Council itself. Ambassador Park, came the musical voice of first speaker Veltar, but now it sounded sharp and angry like broken glass. Please report to the council chamber immediately. We need to discuss your people's true nature. Taemin looked up at the stars through the station's great windows. Somewhere out there, millions of aliens were learning that humans were not the peaceful race they pretended to be. The galaxy was about to change forever. Commander Yoon Ji-han stood on the bridge of the human patrol ship Busan. Her job was to protect the space around Earth and watch for any threats. For 3 months, space had been peaceful. Today felt different. Commander, we're picking up a lot of alien radio signals, said her communications officer. Much more than usual. Yoon-ji frowned. What are they saying? The computer is still translating, but the aliens sound upset, angry. Some sound scared. Yoon-ji walked to her command chair. Through the bridge windows, she could see stars that had seemed friendly just yesterday. Now they felt cold and dangerous. Put the translated messages on screen, she ordered. Words appeared on the main display. Yoon-ji read them and felt her stomach drop. Emergency council meeting called. Human deception discovered. All Krulin fleet commanders report to battle stations. Zenobian Collective demands immediate investigation of human lies. How did we miss this? They're apex predators. Ma'am, her tactical officer said with worry in his voice. Long-range sensors are detecting alien ships moving toward our borders. Lots of them. Yoon-ji grabbed her communicator. Get me Dr. Young-Soo Bae on Earth immediately. Back on Earth, Dr. Young-Soo Bae sat in the human command center deep underground. The room was full of computers and screens showing space around Earth. He was the smartest military mind humanity had, and right now he was very worried. Commander Han is calling, his assistant said. Put her through, Bae said, adjusting his glasses. Yoon-ji's face appeared on the screen. Doctor, we have a big problem. Alien fleets are moving. They know about the documentary. Bae nodded grimly. I've been tracking the situation. It's worse than we thought. Let me show you what we're seeing. The screen changed to show a map of nearby space. Red dots marked alien ships, and there were many more red dots than usual. The Krulin Empire has moved 12 battle fleets to their border with our territory, Bae explained. The Catharan Dominion is doing the same, even peaceful. Races like the Zenobians are arming their ships. What are they planning? Yoon-ji asked. From what we can tell, some want to kick us out of the council. Others want to attack us before we can attack them. They're scared, Commander. Very scared. On the screen, more red dots appeared as alien. Reinforcements arrived. Meanwhile, intelligence officer Da-Yoon Park worked in a secret facility on the moon. Her job was to listen to alien communications and figure out what they were planning. Today, her computers were working overtime. Analysis complete, her computer announced. Da-Yoon looked at the results and felt cold fear in her chest. Oh no. She quickly sent a message to Dr. Bae on Earth. Sir, you need to see this right away. Minutes later, Bae was reading Da-Yoon's report. His face grew pale as he read. What is it? Asked his assistant. The aliens are forming a coalition against us, Bae said quietly. 7 different species are working together. They're calling it the Apex Predator Response Alliance. The report was scary. The Catharan Dominion wanted to attack human space immediately. They believed humans were too dangerous to let live. The Vorthak and Netherians felt betrayed and wanted humans removed from the council. Even species that had never worked together before were now united by fear of humanity. There's more, Bay continued reading. They think we came to the galaxy to hunt them. They believe our peaceful act was just a way to get close to our prey. On the council station, Ambassador Tae-min walked through hallways that had once felt welcoming. Now alien security guards watched him with suspicious eyes. Other aliens moved away when they saw him coming. He reached the council chamber to find it packed with more aliens than he had ever seen. Every species in the galaxy seemed to be there. The air was thick with tension and fear. First speaker Veltar stood at the center podium. The crystal being's body no longer made beautiful music. Instead, it made harsh, angry sounds like breaking glass. Ambassador Park, Veltar said, and even the translator couldn't hide the anger in its voice. Please explain to this council why your people lied to us. Tae-min walked to the center platform. All around him, thousands of alien eyes stared with anger, fear, and disappointment. Some aliens had their weapons ready. Others were making threatening gestures. Honored council members, Tae-min began. We did not lie. We came here seeking peace. A loud, angry sound filled the chamber. Many aliens were shouting at once in their different languages. Silence. Veltar's voice rang out like a broken bell. Let the human speak, then we will judge him. Tae-min took a deep breath. The documentary you saw is true. Earth is a dangerous world. Humans evolved to survive among predators. But we are not here to hunt you. We came seeking friendship. Friendship? The voice came from General Cax of the Krulon Empire. The four-armed warrior stood up in the crowd. We saw your soldiers. We saw your weapons. Your people fight like born killers who learn to use tools. Mist singer Thios floated forward. You showed us art and music and peaceful protests, but you hid the truth. Your world is full of monsters, and you are the worst monsters of all. We are not monsters, Tae-min said, but his voice was lost in the angry sounds from the crowd. Jin-ai, Song, the insect-like expert on alien cultures, spread her rainbow wings. I studied your transmissions for months. I classified you as a pacifist collective. But there are no pacifists on a world of apex predators. You made me look like a fool. The crowd grew louder and angrier. Some aliens were standing up and making threatening gestures. Others were calling for immediate action. The question now, Veltar announced, is what we do about this deception. A new voice spoke from the crowd. It belonged to war leader Thex of the Catharan Dominion, the galaxy's most violent species. The answer is simple. We destroy them before they destroy us. Many aliens made sounds of agreement, the chamber filled with angry voices demanding action. They are apex predators, Thex continued. On their world, they killed or enslaved every other intelligent species. Now they want to do the same to us. Tae-min tried to speak, but no one would listen. The aliens were too scared and too angry. Back on the Busan, Commander Yoonji received an urgent message from her sensors. Ma'am, alien fleets are moving closer. We count over 3,000 ships heading toward human space. Yoonji looked at the tactical display. The red dots were getting closer to Earth and her colonies. Ma'am, her weapons officer said quietly, should we prepare for battle? Yoonji thought about all the humans living on Earth and the other human worlds. Millions of people who just wanted to live in peace among the stars. Now, alien armies were coming for them because of an accidental documentary. Not yet, she said, but make sure all weapons are ready. If they attack, we defend ourselves. On Earth, Dr. Bay watched the alien fleets approaching. Each ship carried weapons that could destroy cities. Together they could wipe out humanity completely. Sir, his assistant said, we're receiving a message from the Galactic Council. Put it on screen. First speaker Veltar appeared, but the crystal being looked different now. Colder. More dangerous. People of Earth, Veltar said. The Galactic Council has voted. You have 72 hours to leave our space forever. If you refuse, we will remove you by force. The message ended, leaving the command center in silence. 3 days. Bay whispered. They're giving us 3 days to abandon everything we've built out here. Through the facility's windows, he could see Earth's blue sky and white clouds. Soon, this might be the only world humans could call home again. But somewhere in his mind, a dangerous thought was growing. Maybe it was time to show the galaxy why humans had survived on a world full of predators. Maybe it was time to stop pretending, to be gentle. Ambassador Taemin stood alone in his quarters on the council station. Through his window, he could see alien warships gathering like storm clouds. 72 hours to leave galactic space forever, or face destruction. He could run, take his people and go back to Earth with their tails between their legs, hide behind their home star and hope the galaxy forgot about them. But Taemin was tired of hiding the truth. He activated his communicator and called an emergency meeting. General Subin. Oh, Dr. Hyewan Lee, please report to my office immediately. When they arrived, Taemin looked at his 2 advisors. General O was a small woman with sharp eyes and many scars from old battles. Dr. Lee was tall and calm, one of Earth's best speakers. The council expects us to run, Taemin said. I think it's time we showed them who humans really are. General O smiled. It was not a nice smile. About time. I'm tired of pretending we're sheep when we're actually wolves. What do you have in mind? Dr. Lee asked. Taemin pulled up a map of galactic space. We don't run, we don't hide, we tell the truth about humanity, all of it. An hour later, every communication system in the galaxy received the same message. Ambassador Taemin appeared on screens across thousands of worlds. People of the galaxy, he began, his voice strong and clear. You have seen the truth about Earth. Yes, our world is dangerous. Yes, humans are predators. But you have misunderstood what this means. On the Vorthak homeworld, crystal beings gathered around their screens. On Netherian gas giants, cloud people floated closer to listen. Even on the war worlds of the Krulon Empire, soldiers stopped their training to hear the human speak. We did not evolve to be gentle, Taemin continued. We evolved to survive. On Earth, only the strongest, smartest, and most adaptable creatures live. This made us into what you fear, apex predators who learn to think. The camera switched to show Dr. Lee, who held up pictures of Earth. But here is what you do not understand, Dr. Lee said in her calm voice. The same forces that made us dangerous also made us protectors. We learned to be fierce because we had to defend our families. We learned to fight because we had to keep our children safe. The broadcast showed new footage, human soldiers but not in battle. Instead, they were pulling people from burning buildings, carrying wounded children to safety, standing between civilians and danger. Look closely, Dr. Lee said. These are the same soldiers you fear, but see what they do with their strength. They protect the weak. They save the innocent. They choose to be guardians instead of killers. Meanwhile, in space near Earth, Captain Ji-Hoon Nam commanded the human defense fleet. Alien probe ships had been testing human borders for hours, looking for weaknesses. Sir, 3 more alien scouts just entered our space, his tactical officer reported. Do not fire, Captain Nam ordered. Show them what human defense looks like. The human ships moved with perfect coordination. They surrounded the alien probes without shooting, boxing them in with precise movements. The alien pilots found themselves trapped, but unharmed. Attention alien vessels, Captain Nam broadcast. You are in human space without permission. We could destroy you easily. Instead, we offer you safe passage home. This is what human strength looks like. Power used with wisdom. The alien ships retreated quickly, but not before their recordings of human military skill spread across the galaxy. Back on the council station, Taemin's broadcast continued. You call us monsters, he said. But monsters do not build hospitals. Monsters do not save endangered animals. Monsters do not send food to starving people on other worlds. The screen showed more footage from Earth. Doctors working day and night to save lives. Scientists working to protect dying species. Humans sending aid to disaster zones around the world. Yes, we can be dangerous, Taemin admitted. But we choose not to be. Every day, millions of humans choose to be kind instead of cruel. to build instead of destroy, to protect instead of hunt. Dr. Hai Wan Lee stepped forward again. Let me tell you about Earth's greatest secret. On our world, the strongest predators learned something important. They learned that protecting others makes you stronger than hurting them. She showed pictures of human families, human communities, humans working together. We are pack hunters who learn to love our pack. We are predators who learn to protect our prey. We are warriors who learned that the greatest victory is peace. On the Krulon homeworld, General Cax watched the broadcast with growing interest. The human words made sense to a warrior species. They fight like us, he said to his officers. But they fight for protection, not conquest. Sir, one of his lieutenants asked. What if they're lying again? Cax pointed at the screen showing human soldiers saving civilians. Actions speak louder than words. Look at what they do, not what they say. In the depths of space, the Catharan war fleet prepared to attack human territory. War leader Thex commanded 3,000 ships armed with planet-killing weapons. Sir, his second-in-command said, we're receiving the human broadcast. I don't care about their words, Thex snarled. Prepare to attack. But as the broadcast continued, something unexpected happened. Some of the Catharan officers began to look uncertain. Sir, one of them said quietly, what if the humans are telling the truth? What if we're about to attack protectors instead of predators? They're apex predators, Thex shouted. They'll destroy us all. But sir, another officer said, look at their actions. They had chances to attack us. Instead, they defended themselves and let our scouts go free. Back on the council station, Ambassador Taemin made his final point. You gave us 72 hours to leave your space, he said. We will not run. Not because we want to fight, but because someone needs to show the galaxy what real strength looks like. The camera pulled back to show Taemin standing with General O and Dr. Lee. If you attack us, we will defend ourselves, General O said with quiet confidence. We are very good at defending ourselves, but we will not attack first. We will not become the monsters you fear. The choice is yours, Taemin concluded. You can destroy us and prove that the galaxy is ruled by fear. Or you can learn from us and discover that true strength comes from choosing peace when you have the power to choose war. The broadcast ended, leaving the galaxy in silence. On the Vorthak, homeworld first speaker Veltar made sounds like confused music. The crystal being had never heard anything like this before. On Netherian worlds, cloud people whispered to each other like wind through leaves. Could the humans be telling the truth? Even on the aggressive Catharan ships, some warriors began to question their orders. In his command center on Earth, Dr. Youngsu Bei watched the alien fleets through his sensors. Some ships were still approaching, others had stopped moving. A few were actually turning around. Sir, his aide said with surprise, we're getting a message from the Krulon Empire. General Cax appeared on screen, his forearms crossed in a gesture of respect. Humans of Earth, he said, the Krulon Empire has seen your broadcast. We understand strength, we understand honor. We would like to talk. More messages began coming in. Not from all the alien species, but from enough of them to matter. The galaxy was starting to listen. But in the dark corners of space, war leader Thex still commanded his massive fleet. And he was not listening to human words. He was preparing to attack. 6 months after the documentary crisis, the Galactic Council chamber looked very different. Ambassador Taemin stood at the central podium, but he was no longer alone. Beside him stood General Cax of the Krulon Empire, and floating nearby was reformed Speaker Thios of the Netherians. The Galactic Defense Initiative has been a success, Taemin announced to the assembled aliens. Pirate attacks are down by 70%. Trade routes are safer than they have been in decades. In the audience, first speaker Veltar made sounds like gentle music. The crystal being had learned to trust humans, though it had taken time. How do you do it? Asked Jin'e Song, the insect-like cultural expert. How do you make peace through strength? Admiral Kyung-Ho Lim stepped forward. He was the head of the new human-led defense force, a joint military organization that included species from across the galaxy. It's simple, Admiral Lim said. We don't fight to win. We fight to protect. When pirates see our ships, they know we're not there to conquer. We're there to keep innocent people safe." The audience made sounds of approval. Even species that had once feared humans now respected their approach to galactic security. "The humans have taught us something important," General Cax said, his forearms gesturing with respect. "True warriors don't seek battles. They end them quickly so peace can return." Commander Jae Young Ko stood at the back of the chamber in her new uniform. She commanded the first mixed-species patrol fleet with human, Krulon, and even reformed Ketharan officers working together. "Last week we stopped a slave ship heading for the Outer Rim," she reported. "The criminals surrendered without a fight when they saw our ships. They knew we would protect the slaves, not hurt them." Dr. Sang-Wook Jung, Earth's leading expert on alien relations, had written a book about what he called apex predator diplomacy. It was now required reading for all council members. "The key is understanding," Dr. Young explained to the council. "Humans evolved to be dangerous, yes, but we also evolved to be social. We learned that protecting our group makes us stronger than hurting others." He pulled up charts showing crime rates across the galaxy. Since humans joined galactic security, violence has dropped everywhere. Not because we're violent, but because criminals know we will stop them. Peace through strength works. In the audience, many aliens nodded with their heads, tentacles, or whatever body parts they used for agreement. "But what about the Ketharan problem?" asked Mist Singer Theos. "War leader Thex still refuses to accept human authority." Admiral Lim's expression became serious. "Thex controls only a small part of the Ketharan military now. Most Ketharan officers have joined our alliance. They understand the difference between strength and cruelty. The crisis with Thex had ended 3 months ago. The war leader had tried to attack a human colony with his remaining ships, but when he arrived, he found human ships waiting, along with Krulon, Netherian, and even Ketharan vessels that had joined the alliance. The battle had lasted only minutes. Thex's ships were surrounded by a force 3 times their size. But instead of destroying them, Admiral Lim had offered surrender terms. "We don't want to kill you," the Admiral had broadcast to Thex's fleet. "We want to show you a better way." Most of Thex's officers had surrendered immediately. They were tired of endless war and wanted to try something new. Only Thex himself had refused, escaping in a small ship that was never seen again. Now, 6 months later, the galaxy was more peaceful than it had been in centuries. "The humans have given us something we never had before," said reformed speaker Thios. "They've given us guardians who don't want to rule us." Captain Minho Yoon, who now commanded a mixed-species training academy, stood up in the audience. "Every day we train officers from dozens of species," he said. "We teach them the human way of thinking, how to be strong enough to protect others, but wise enough not to abuse that strength." The academy had become famous across the galaxy. Young aliens came from every corner of space to learn human military tactics and philosophy. "What makes humans special," Captain Yoon continued, "is not that they're dangerous. What makes them special is that they chose to be protectors instead of predators." Dr. Ne Young Shin, Earth's evolutionary biologist, had spent months studying other species and comparing them to humans. "Most apex predators in the galaxy became lazy when they reached the top of their food chains," she explained. "They stopped evolving, stopped growing. But humans kept pushing themselves to be better." She showed pictures of Earth's dangerous wildlife alongside human cities. Living with tigers and sharks and poisonous snakes taught humans to be careful. Living with other humans taught them to be kind. They became the galaxy's first species to be both perfectly dangerous and perfectly safe. In the space around Earth, human patrol ships worked alongside alien vessels. Commander Yoon Ji Han of the Busan now led a fleet that included ships from 12 different species. "Human patrol ship Busan to Krulon battleship Honor's Edge," she radioed to her second-in-command. "Sensors show a distress signal from the Antares sector." "Acknowledged, Commander," came the reply from Captain Dax, a 4-armed Krulon officer. "My ship is closer. We'll investigate." "Remember," Commander Han said, "we protect first, Ask questions later. Understood. The human way. An hour later, Captain Dax's ship had rescued a transport full of refugees from a destroyed world. The mixed-species crew worked together to provide food, medical care, and comfort to the survivors. Back in the council chamber, Ambassador Tae-min was giving his final report. "The galaxy asked us to leave because they thought we were monsters," he said. "Instead, we stayed and showed them what monsters really look like and what it means to fight monsters." The chamber filled with sounds of agreement from hundreds of different species. "The Galactic Defense Initiative now protects over 10,000 worlds," Taemin continued. "Not through conquest or fear, but through partnership. We are stronger, together, than any of us could be alone." First Speaker Veltar stood up, the crystal being's body making beautiful music. "The Vorthak Collective formally apologizes to humanity," Veltar announced. "We judged you by your capacity for violence, instead of your choices about how to use it." "We all made that mistake," added Jin Song. "We thought apex predators had to be apex destroyers. Humans taught us that the strongest creatures can choose to be the gentlest guardians." As the council session ended, Ambassador Tae-min looked out at the stars through the great windows. Somewhere out there, human ships patrolled alongside alien allies. Human officers trained the next generation of galactic peacekeepers. Human scientists worked with alien researchers to solve problems that no single species could handle alone. "What are you thinking about?" asked Dr. Hai Wan Lee, joining him at the window. "I'm thinking about Earth," Taemin replied. "About the world that made us what we are. Dangerous enough to survive anything, but wise enough to protect everything, Doctor." Lee smiled. "Do you think we've changed the galaxy?" Taemin watched a mixed-species patrol ship fly past the station, its crew working together to keep the stars safe. "I think we've shown the galaxy what it could become," he said. "A place where strength serves wisdom, where power protects the weak, and where the most dangerous creatures choose to be the most gentle guardians." In the distance, Earth's sun shone like a small blue star. The dangerous world that had forged humanity into apex predators was now the heart of galactic peace. And across the galaxy, on worlds that had once feared the humans, alien children learned a new lesson in their schools. The strongest creatures are not those who can destroy everything, but those who choose to protect everything instead. The galaxy had learned that true apex predators don't hunt their neighbors, they guard them. The end.